Modern defense engineering relies on seamless collaboration. Firms utilize global corporate networks to transmit highly controlled technical data across oceans in milliseconds. But this creates a dangerous assumption, known as the corporate boundary fallacy, the belief that because a network is privately owned, the data within it remains legally domestic. Under federal law, your corporate VPN offers zero legal shielding. US and German nodes on the same intranet are not legally contiguous. The moment a data packet leaves Virginia and arrives in London, it crosses a geopolitical border. The network is legally severed. These digital borders are rigidly enforced by the International Traffic in Arms Regulations, the ITAR, and the Export Administration Regulations, the EAR. Building a unified network without localized programmatic compliance controls exposes multinational defense firms to severe regulatory penalties. To understand the liability, we start with the deemed export. Under ITAR Section 120.17, a deemed export occurs when U.S. origin technical data is released to a foreign national. This applies even if that foreign national is physically sitting at a desk inside the United States. Now, contrast that domestic scenario with transferring that exact same technical data across the ocean to a foreign subsidiary. This overseas transfer triggers a distinct legal mechanism governing subsidiaries, the deemed re-export, defined under ITAR Section 120.51. A deemed re-export happens the moment a third country national accesses their controlled data at that foreign location. The U.S. State Department's Directorate of Defense Trade Controls, or DDTC, requires explicit authorization for the specific nationality of the employee. Their employment contract with your subsidiary is entirely irrelevant to the State Department. Export jurisdiction tracks the passport of the individual human being, not the corporate badge on their lanyard. Let's look at a standard data pipeline flowing from a U.S. firm to its U.K. subsidiary. The firm secured a TAA, restricting data transfers to UK citizens only. 6 months later, the subsidiary hires a senior software engineer holding a French passport. Human Resources verifies his UK work visa and clears him for standard network access, assuming immigration compliance equals export compliance. The engineer logs into the local intranet from his London office and opens a US origin CAD file. The second that file renders on his screen, the company has committed an unapproved deemed re-export to France. He is an unauthorized third country national. Civil penalties for this ITAR violation apply instantaneously. Written frameworks like TAAs are functionally useless if your IT infrastructure cannot physically recognize an unauthorized user and stop them from hitting download. Protecting your data requires a rigid technical architecture. You have to replace written policies with programmatic controls. That starts with Step 1, HR attribute binding, also known as the identity layer. Your HR systems must rigorously capture all citizenships for every employee. This includes dual nationalities and permanent residency statuses. Recording only an employee's current work visa while ignoring their country of birth or secondary passports guarantees a compliance breach. Once vetted, this HR metadata must be programmatically pushed to an IT identity provider, like Okta or Azure AD. This feeds directly into Step 2, the logic layer, powered by role-based access control automation. IT configures this access control as an automated checkpoint for all data requests. When the French engineer requests the file, the identity provider cross-references his HR attributes against the DDTC TAA matrix, automatically routing him to an access denied screen. Bridging HR metadata directly to network logic removes human error and mathematically prevents the deemed re-export trap at the authorization level. However, physical network vulnerabilities persist, even with perfect identity mapping in place. This brings us to Step 3, the physical layer, enforced through geofencing. Your network security must forcibly block repository access originating from unauthorized geographic locations. If an employee uses an unapproved or masked VPN node, they can bypass standard identity protocols by appearing to be in an authorized country. This schematic illustrates the regulatory standard required to stop geographic spoofing. Under EAR Section 734.18 and ITAR Section 120.54, a password is not enough. You must implement end-to-end encryption combined with strict spatial boundary controls. Finally, we have Step 4, the audit layer, built on immutable logging. Continuous, unalterable access auditing is your only defense during a government audit by the Directorate of Defense Trade Controls. Your system must capture precise metrics for every single download: the user ID, the exact timestamp, the file ID, and the verified citizenship. These specific system logs satisfy the mandatory 5-year record-keeping requirements stipulated under export control laws. Without cryptographic physical boundaries and immutable logs, your firm is legally defenseless. In an audit, you cannot prove that a violation didn't happen. To maintain compliance, systems architects must treat every foreign subsidiary as an independent international border crossing. Corporate ownership never overrides federal export controls. As we see on this updated topology map, the red national borders remain, but they are now integrated with active gateways filtering incoming data packets. These gateways represent your access controls and identity providers. Data flows smoothly to cleared personnel, while requests from unauthorized users are instantly rejected and logged based on vetted HR attributes. Robust compliance requires total, automated synchronization between your HR onboarding data, your IT network architecture, and your empowered officials' licensing constraints. To help you evaluate the current strength of your HR to IT data binding, we have developed the Deemed Re-Export Assessment Matrix. Download the assessment matrix using the link in the description to audit your own internal infrastructure. In our next technical breakdown, we will explore supply chain liability under Incoterms and how shipping terms dictate export risk. In the defense supply chain, your global network is only as secure as the weakest link between your HR database and your IT access controls.